It's 10 o'clock, and this is Fox 10 Talks. You know, when you talk with people who sell items online, there are so many different platforms and apps and websites that you can go to. And I'm sure on a daily basis, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of successful transactions here in Arizona and other parts of the country. But what happened yesterday is really sending some shockwaves through the valley. And we do have some video from the Tempe marketplace. We are learning about this shooting that happened. Now, the marketplace, if you've not been there, just off the 202 freeway at McClintock Drive and about the Rio Salado. So just maybe 4 or 5 blocks south of the 202, right after you cross the Tempe Town Lake area. Middle of the day. So already you got a boyfriend and his girlfriend. They both show up to sell an item to somebody who had reached out to them online. And they then met up in that parking lot. And something happened where the buyer pulls out a gun, shoots the boyfriend, I'm assuming with the girlfriend looking on. I'm sure the whole situation was shocking for her. And the gunman at this hour is still on the loose. Now, we have reached out to Tempe Police, and they have decided they are going to be able to join us next hour in the 11 o'clock hour, right around 11:30. But there's still so much to learn about this. For example, what kind of clues can the girlfriend give us about the gunman, just in terms of, was there a phone number that was exchanged? What kind of ID can we get on him? Are they in the process of putting together some sort of a composite sketch? There's plenty that we want to learn about here, but that story unfolded right there in Tempe. And, it's the Christmas shopping season. So for something like this to happen right out there in broad daylight, and they always say, when you're conducting one of these sales, make sure you do it in a public place where there are going to be other people around. Now, it did happen to the parking lot, but there's just so much to just kind of sort through in terms of what we're learning about all of this over the course of about not even the last 24 hours. It all happened 23 hours ago at about 11 a.m. So that is a story that is certainly sending some shockwaves through that area of Tempe. And then it turns out within just a couple of hours of that, we have this horrifying story from the Little Caesars in Tempe. That's a little off the 60 at Rural Road in Guadalupe. Now, police in this one, they have already pieced together what was going on, and it's really just so disturbing. But what we believe is that a man showed up armed and committed a horrific act of domestic violence, but not at the home, at the place where his wife worked. The investigators now saying they're in, again, with Tempe Police, that 27-year-old Benjamin Visser waited for them after shooting and killing, the police say, his wife and even a co-worker who both died at the hospital soon after the shooting happened. So investigators say 27-year-old Benjamin Visser was actually waiting for them and still holding the gun when police arrived. So it's not clear at this point who called police, whether it was the shooter, that happens sometimes, or if it was somebody who saw or heard the shooting. But again, his wife dies, 21-year-old Mary Visser, and her co-worker, Shaquille Simmons, both right there. Of course, they are rushed from the Little Caesars to the hospital, and it all unfolds. So we have live pictures coming in right now from a news conference that's just getting underway. I'm going to take you there live. This is the Attorney General, Chris Mays, just announcing a major lawsuit against an online retail giant. That was the headline we got from their office earlier this morning. Let's listen and find out what this is all about.
On its users. This data includes GPS location. They can track everywhere you go. Lists of all other installed apps on a user's phone so they can see every app that you have on your phone. The cellular data and Wi-Fi networks of the user's phone that the user's phone is connected to, as well as all Wi-Fi networks that a phone detects wherever it goes. Temu has also collected this data from minors under the age of 18 without the consent of those minors' parents. This data collection happens without the user's meaningful knowledge or consent. Beyond failing to disclose the depth and breadth of the data it collects, Temu actively works to prevent this conduct from being detected. The app is even able to go so far as to edit its own code once it has been downloaded to a consumer's phone, potentially allowing it to exploit the user's personally identifying information and other data, or to otherwise control the user's device in unknown and unknowable ways. If it sounds Orwellian, it's because it is. And of course, compounding these risks greatly is the fact that Temu is a Chinese company, mandated by Chinese law to cooperate with the Chinese Communist government's intelligence apparatus. In other words, it can be reasonably assumed that Temu is illicitly collecting data from Arizona users and sending it to the Chinese Communist government. If this wasn't bad enough, the Temu app is awash in products that infringe upon or simply copy outright the intellectual property of American businesses, including iconic Arizona brands like the Arizona Cardinals, ASU, the U of A, as well as Fender guitars and Ping Golf. The company also misrepresents the quality of its merchandise. Users frequently receive low-quality, cheaply made items when the photo on the app indicates that they will receive high-quality goods. In fact, photos and descriptions on the app are simply copied from other sellers on sites like Amazon, bearing no relationship to the goods actually being sold on Temu. Users also frequently report that orders go undelivered, and Temu offers poor customer service for those who do try to rectify an order gone bad. One Arizona consumer ordered an air conditioning unit for approximately $300. When the consumer unboxed the air conditioning unit to have it installed, they realized partway through the installation process that the unit did not include a critical electrical wire connection to connect the power line. The unit could not function without that electrical wire connection part, and the part was not available from any source other than as part of the air conditioning unit. Despite the missing critical part, Temu refused to accept a return of the defective product or provide the consumer a full refund because, according to Temu, the consumer only realized that the air conditioning unit was missing the critical part outside of Temu's internal after-sales service period. Temu also deceives consumers through price misrepresentation by engaging in what is called false reference pricing. False reference pricing occurs when a retailer represents to a prospective customer that a product is on sale at a steep discount, for example, by providing two prices that the customer can compare to each other, a former list price or a manufacturer's suggested retail price, MSRP, and a supposedly reduced current price, when in reality the full price is inflated or was never real to begin with, while the discounted price is merely the product's regular or market price. For these reasons and more, we are taking Temu to court to protect Arizonans' privacy, enforce our state's consumer fraud laws, and stop Temu from its illegal actions in the state of Arizona. We're seeking restitution for Arizonans that have been harmed by Temu, for Temu to disgorge all profits it obtained as a result of its unlawful action, and civil penalties of up to $10,000 for each willful violation of the Arizona Consumer Fraud Act. And now I'd be happy to take some questions, but before we do that, I think we'd like to play a couple of videos of some consumers who were, as they say, Temu'd. Doesn't that go any louder? I don't know. There we go. There we go. We're working on it.
Okay, yeah. So we have been monitoring that, and we will continue to do so as they show some of the video, ironically, on TikTok with its own connections to China. But boy, Celeste, this is concerning here, because I think everybody in the country by now has heard of Temu, whether they've ordered something or not.
Well, I think it was a few years ago when it became more mainstream. They even had a Super Bowl ad that was out in and around the Super Bowl.
Right.
And I think that was the first time people thought, oh, wow, what is this new service? And you can buy things for like $1.
Oh, my goodness.
It's so
prices,
incredibly inexpensive.
Yeah.
So if you have purchased, I know Sherry Nevada Pup is inside the chat box. Let us know what you've purchased, how much it was, and if you've ever had any issues with it. But a big investigation coming from the Arizona Attorney General's office here in Arizona.
Okay, break time. Here's your mystery cam, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck with this one. We'll be right back. right, everybody.
Yes.
Good luck to you on a very snowy, misty, foggy day.
Yeah.
Just trying to, there are literally tens of millions of people being impacted by this snowstorm that blitzed across Minnesota and Illinois and Michigan over the weekend. And now it's really been kind of bearing down across the rest of the country. Celeste, what do you think?
So we are seeing some really good guesses out there.
Yeah.
New York, Pennsylvania. Someone else said, we use PA a lot, so they're going to go with Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
And
that has nothing to do with the fact that Dean Fazzini, who runs Live Control, is a Pennsylvanian.
Oh,
yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Dino, are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
Darla Nicole says PA. Canada says Melinda Moses 56.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. I'm going to go with like a Boston or somewhere up in the
I
like
could
maybe
see
like
that.
a Boston.
Okay, so I've been trying to track this storm, and you're right, Melinda, because it's already blowing all the way up into Canada. I mean, this thing is just huge. Yesterday, I heard a meteorologist say that it was the system is 1,600 miles long.
Wow.
As it was blowing out of Ohio, the whole state of Pennsylvania getting snow, and then on into New York, Maine, and up into Canada. So, all right. So you're going PA. I'll go New York, Celeste, because it looks like those are sort of our two biggest options.
Okay.
Okay, here we come.
Here is your mystery camera. What did you go with, Ron?
New York.
That was Albany, New York.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Would you? All
some
right.
of the nicest people in the country.
Well, now you have some stories to share about that, Celeste?
Well, if you recall, I lost my driver's license while leaving Albany.
Yeah. Oh, at the airport.
At the airport.
This is when you went back to go see Cooperstown.
Yeah,
correct?
in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Right.
And somebody had picked it up and put it on the counter, on the ticket counter, and it was just sitting there.
How long was it out of your possession?
Probably 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it was a long time.
It was back at the airline check-in counter where you put the bags through?
It wasn't at my air. It was a sleepy airline. It was like they had no flights coming in or out. And so it was just, there was nobody there. It was a dark, little corner.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of mysterious, actually, now that you mention it.
I haven't even heard of Sleepy Airline.
Yeah.
Celeste.
Well, hopefully you get a little sleepy on the airline. Hope you're able to get some shut-eye.
Was it JetBlue?
I don't even
have
remember.
A red eye. Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
It was late though. It was late, meaning 9 p.m.
Oh yeah,
or something like that.
That is late at most airports.
And so there were the ticket counters. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
The lights were off.
Okay.
The whole thing, and I just trying to retrace my steps, and there it was. And I thought, well, these are nice people here.
They are. Okay. Well, now we have the confirmation. I had a story in Nebraska. You've heard that story where the lady stopped in traffic, flung open her car door because I was trying to take a picture of my dad at the state capitol, and she hollers, "I'll take it of both of you."
Oh.
And I'm like, Nebraska has filled with friendly people too.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned 600 miles with that snowstorm.
Yeah.
And I thought, what is
1600?
That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
And I thought, what is that? To give us some perspective, what is 1600 miles?
Okay.
So I did a little search.
Yes.
Because I like research, Ron.
Good.
Yeah.
Celeste.
But approximate driving distance between Houston, Texas, and New York City
Wow.
is 1,600 miles. So that is how long that storm system is.
Yeah, isn't
that
it
crazy?
We are actually going to bring in Ashley, who's been doing a great job this week filling in for Crystal.
She has.
And she's going to walk us through kind of why, we're just in the first couple of days of December.
Yes.
And November, they said Chicago got their highest snowfall in history in November a few days ago. So why is this happening? We got some great pictures. She's coming up in about 10 minutes.
I think they have the weather and whatever, too. Bells, is that today? 1 p.m. today.
1 p.m. on YouTube.
Yes. Oh, because Ash worked the morning, so it's going to be Bells. But Bells,
you know what that means? Time for a photo bomb from Bella.
And Bella.
There she is.
Bella bomb.
That's 1 o'clock every Tuesday and Thursday, weather and whatever. Okay, so let me just pop this up real quick because we didn't get a chance earlier to tell you guys about our poll question.
Yes.
We're going to tell you the story. and then we're going to see if these numbers move around. What's your opinion about this, the war crime allegations? 84% saying our military deserves the benefit of the doubt in the fight against narco-terrorists. 16% are saying if there were helpless survivors, it's a war crime, pure and simple. So far, nobody with that third option. It seems kind of troubling, but I'm going to wait for the investigation. So we're going to come back to that. I just wanted to pop it up on the screen for the first time. So all of you guys at home, whether you're watching in Sweden, or here in the great USA, grab that QR code and we'll see if these numbers move around. But of course, Celeste, the story is that now there's you can't call it a war of words between Arizona Senator Mark Kelly and Pete Hegseth. But there's no love lost between these two big political names. By the way, I was seeing something today on approval ratings of Pete Hegseth as defense secretary.
Okay.
And they're not particularly strong, but I thought the thing that was so interesting about it was they were going back and looking. There have been defense secretaries who have served for 4 years. Never once did anybody even ask a poll question about him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's way high profile, and it was a close vote in the Senate to get him into where he was running the Department of War. But so Mark Kelly speaking now, saying it's time to investigate Pete Hegseth, who we already know. Pete Hegseth is investigating Mark Kelly on whether or not the video that encourages troops to think through and possibly disobey a command if they have a feeling that maybe it's illegal. So anyway.
This is like a lot of back and forth. Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Pete Hegseth, Mark Kelly, tit for tat, whatever you say, I'm going to say back. It's like, let's just kind of talk about the facts here.
Yeah.
And remember we had our legal eagle on. We had Josh Colesrud, who's an amazing attorney, and he kind of gave his thoughts on what Mark Kelly did as well.
He said he thought Kelly could be in trouble because you can't really encourage people to go out of the chain of command. But anyway, here's what Mark Kelly had to say about this. And then you're also going to hear from Caroline Levitt.
I think it's important for there to be an investigation. The Inspectors General of DOD needs to investigate this. We're a country of laws. We got to hold people accountable.
And there have also been 13 bipartisan briefings to Congress on the Venezuelan strikes. There have been a number of document reviews for members of Congress to review the classified DOJ Office of Legal Counsel opinion and other related documents.
Okay, so here are some of the videos of those drug-running boats just literally being obliterated. By now, the controversy having to do with a second strike on one boat and questions about if somebody or multiple people might have survived that first strike. So let's go to the poll question. We popped it up 2 minutes ago. We'll see. Numbers moving around a little bit. Celeste, what are you seeing here on the QR code?
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this poll. 75% of you say our military deserves the benefit of the doubt in the fight versus narco-terrorists. So that is the larger group here this morning. If there were helpless survivors, it's a war crime, pure and simple. 25% of you say that. Let's go to the YouTube poll, Ron. Right now we have about 679 votes posted about 56 minutes ago. And here are your numbers. Our military deserves the benefit of the doubt in the fight versus terrorists, 41%. And if there were helpless survivors, it is a war crime, pure and simple. That one is winning on YouTube with 53% of the vote.
Did we ever figure out, remember last week we were talking about it, Dave has the magic potion on how to zoom in so we can actually read those numbers.
Does he rub on the genie's bottle?
What do you do, Dave, to zoom that in? What? Hold on. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it's a technology secret. I don't know if I feel comfortable revealing it to the world.
Okay, fine.
But it has something to do with control and then the plus sign.
That's amazing.
All right, Big D with all the info for us. That's for
He's
sure.
a smart guy.
What are you seeing on
He's
comments?
a very smart guy.
Lots of comments already. People are very fired up about this topic. Brian Lubeck, 4184, says drug traffickers are criminals and deserve exactly what they get. The Rob Darling says the U.S. executed German and Japanese officers for these kinds of killings. It is murder, plain and simple. And Bill Stapleton, 1084, says between drone coverage and satellite coverage, the U.S. watches drugs being moved from storage warehouses to trucks to boats. These are not suspected drug boats, but boats we know are carrying drugs. These people are part of the cartels that have been designated as terrorist organizations, as such, legal targets. Really interesting comments. Keep them up, everybody.
Okay, very nice. Thank you, Big D. That's for sure. Now, speaking, Celeste, of the White House, they're really paying attention to this congressional district in Tennessee, where there is a vote that's going to be going on. In fact, people are voting right now. There's Speaker Mike Johnson. Here's what we can tell you. There's a Republican named Matt Van Epps, who is running against the Democrat who you see here, who is Afton Bain. And Democrats are hoping they can pull out what would be a shocking result, because President Trump won this district by, about 20 points or so just last year. 1 year ago in the November 2024 election. So rallies for Bain have brought out big names like AOC and Al Gore. There's Nashville, by the way. And, she's feeling kind of energized, feels like the base is there. House Speaker Mike Johnson's been out there. There have been video calls from President Trump. So the latest poll had Van Epps leading by 2 points in a way more red Republican district than you would think from those kind of numbers.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what happens, Ron. I mean, if we could kind of share, why is this so important?
Yeah.
Why is Tennessee so important?
Bellwether, if Republicans lose a district that they won by about 20 points a year ago, that is a really bad sign for what might be coming ahead in 2026, which generally the party in power loses seats 2 years after a big election.
So something that maybe, Ben, this could be why maybe she's so popular right now.
Yes.
Some of the topics she's running on include affordability, lower grocery costs, funding for Tennessee's rural hospitals. A lot of times especially in Arizona, we've seen it where the rural counties sometimes are, candidates don't pay as much attention to them, and they really should.
Yeah.
As far as a Republican candidate, it's strengthening the economy, supporting veterans, keeping borders secure. And so you have both of them kind of focusing on different topics.
Yeah. So how is one Congress member going to get the grocery stores across the country to lower prices, right?
Right. Exactly.
There's that. All right. So, look at this. We'll be right back.
Woo-wee.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. 10:30. You're looking into Canada. Somebody put a camera up there in the hills up above Kelowna,
Thank
British
goodness.
Columbia. And I've spoken many times about how I would go there in the summertime.
Yeah.
Having grown up in eastern Washington, we'd just zip right up there. And they had they have a lake with a monster in it, although no one's ever actually seen the monster called Ogopogo.
Well, you heard that yes coming from Ashley, who's joining us now here.
Ash is also, you spent time up in the Great Northwest.
Yes, Spokane, and we would drive. Yeah, that's driving distance. We would go to Nelson, Edmonton. From Spokane. So we got a little bit taste of Canada. I feel like we get a lot of snowbirds from Canada too.
I think
we do.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah. Okay, so we asked Ashley to come join. By the way, one more thing before we get into the weather, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Darla, who came on and said, "Come on, everybody! Don't forget to like and share to help spread the word of this awesome live news chat."
Yes.
Yeah.
Darla, that is so cool. You have no idea. That makes our whole day.
It does. And Sammy G4145 said, wouldn't it be fun to have a meetup with everyone?
Ooh.
Oh,
a
sure.
Fox 10 Talks tailgate.
Oh, my gosh. With the popularity of this show, Celeste, we'd have to rent out, I don't know, the Chase Field.
Ooh.
And we probably need an RV.
Hold on, Dave. What are you laughing about there?
We would need 2 Chase Fields. We would fill up the first one 30
There you
minutes.
go. All right, fine.
And then we would need a flight from Sweden for Joachim.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yes.
And from Uzbekistan, our viewer out that way.
Oh, by the way, Joachim in Sweden, Joachim sent us video or pictures from his part of Sweden.
Yes, so we're going to show them later today.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, all right. So we asked Ashley to join because Ashley, let's go to Pennsylvania. We were rolling on this a little while ago, and I'm just telling you, it was so impressive to see. And this was going on. This is Stroudsburg.
Ooh.
And we had these pictures live for you a little earlier. I mean, I think they see over to the left, right above the Fox 10 Talks logo. They've got those Christmas wreaths up, with the red ribbons.
So great.
Thank goodness they got them up nice and early because it's already starting to look a lot like Christmas. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
That is so great.
I know, so pretty, but it just reminds me how icy and dicey it can get too.
Yes, right.
You have that. I mean, so many of these areas getting impacted with travel. I mean, the timing couldn't have been more worse, especially people trying to travel and commute back home. But it looks as though, pretty quiet. Definitely not the time to be going Herbie fully loaded, as I like to say. So those people
Not being what?
Herbie fully loaded.
Okay.
Yeah, not going fast and furious. Okay.
By the way, since you brought up the traffic, it was really tough for folks all across Missouri, especially in the St. Louis area. Now, this is a little 2-lane road somewhere, but the freeways were at a dead stop standstill. Multiple freeways in the St. Louis area because multiple vehicle accidents would shut down all lanes of a freeway. I mean, it's exactly like you were saying, Ashley. It's way slicker than you think, and especially if you're not familiar with how to drive in snow.
Yeah, and they got a lot of snow in a short amount of time. 6 to 8 inches fell across there.
Hey, let's roll through. Oops, hold on. We're going to get to your weather maps in just a moment. Okay, hold on here. 23. Going to pop them up right
That is
there.
a huge storm system.
Oh, my
Yeah,
gosh.
It
take
really,
a look at that.
Yeah, it ranges from Nova Scotia all the way down south through Florida. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, and folks, we're in a La Nina winter as well.
Yeah.
So it's cooler, it's going to be wetter across the Northeast, and just zooming in a little bit closer, if I can zoom in my laptop real quick, we are certainly seeing the brunt of now this system trekking across those far northeastern areas. But we even saw this past Thanksgiving weekend records being set left and right. Chicago, they set a record for the most snow on any November day with over 8.5 inches. This was this past weekend on Saturday. And then you had areas like Wisconsin. They received the heaviest November snow in one day. These areas right here that you see extending from Ohio, Pennsylvania, upstate New York, much of New England, they're saying at least 1 to 3 inches of additional snow. But Vermont, New York, New Hampshire, you guys right there, Maine, 5 to 8 inches. So that's quite a bit of snow that we're tracking. And then with the warmer temperatures further south, they're saying quite a stormy system when it comes to shower potential. The good news is that there will be some relief for today. This next wave of moisture, it started late last night. It's going to continue to push offshore so that by tonight, we're finally going to be seeing a little bit of a break from the rain and the snow. But of course, the aftermath, you saw those videos, you saw the road conditions. It's slick, it's icy, it's dicey. We've seen closures, we've seen accidents. And this is just really the start of what's going to be, again, with the La Nina winter, with just some very severe conditions.
I think we even have the video now. Look at, I don't know, look at these cars off to the side of the road.
Oh,
That's really scary, actually.
Indiana.
I mean, if you're in there in that vehicle, that is frightening.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
man.
and if it really, I don't know if you guys have ever driven in a situation like poor guy spun out.
Oh, wow.
And,
and that's easy to do on some of those snow. It doesn't look like there's that much snow on the road, but it's easy to spin out when you have the storm just continuing.
Plus, that video that we just showed, I didn't realize it till the last moment of the shot. But the guy is standing by his car in the middle of the freeway. I get that everybody right here. Look, I get that everybody's going slow, but I think you're supposed to move away from your vehicle if it's actually in the middle, one of the middle lanes of traffic. So that felt a little dangerous right there. But again, Indiana, same situation all across the state. Ashley, I was looking at some of these maps earlier, and it looked like, when was this? I think late in the day yesterday, they were saying the entire state of Pennsylvania was going to be getting snow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And they definitely had, you see just like the winds as well and how that impacts visibility. And obviously people are trying to, get home and try to commute. You have those highways, those freeways, those major closures. You got people that are probably, not ready for those snowy conditions as well.
Yeah.
You have to have the proper chains, the tires, the winter gear of it all.
Yeah.
So very scary situation for a lot of people. But again, we are seeing some relief when it comes to that initial wave that really impacted a lot of areas across the country further east. But you can see right there, now we're seeing those areas, far northeastern regions.
So was it a little unusual to see this big of a system that was this cold, just like literally at the end of November and the first day or two of December?
For some areas, not so much, because normally for a lot of these regions, we get that first wave of snow in late November and early December. Maybe these northeastern regions a little bit earlier, like upstate New York, for example, they usually get their first wave in late December. But I think the timing of it all, it's pretty on trend when it comes to this. But I mean, La Nina for us is going to be drier and warmer, but for these areas, they have to brace themselves for what's going to be the start of a pretty active winter.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to make for a snowy Christmas potentially for all those folks out east.
Yeah.
In New York, the White House, D.C., those pretty small towns like we just saw.
And should we read anything into it, the fact that it was this snowy and this cold this early, late November, that it could be a colder and snowier winter? Or what would you say, because of the La Nina effect?
Yeah, because of the La Nina factor and because of the colder air and the jet stream being a little bit more northerly, bringing in that cooler air and just the amount of snow that we've already seen so far. That's a good early indicator that we could see even more, that this winter is going to be packing in a punch.
So, Ash, you've kind of experienced and lived in cities of all different kinds in terms of weather. What's your favorite type of weather? Do you have a favorite temp?
I love 80s and sunshine and clear skies.
That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. And you know what? I'm from California. I was born and raised in the Bay Area, so I like dry weather. And I also got a taste of winters just like this. My very first winter in Eastern Washington, we got a foot of snow in one day. And so it's really scary, especially, when you're not used to that.
Sure.
And
You're like, what do I do with all this
when
snow?
you're driving
What
on
do you
those
mean there
roadways?
are no beaches in the Tri-Cities? Not in Richland or Pasco or Kennewick?
Oh gosh, what was that? The Blue Bridge, Columbia?
Oh, yes, right across the river.
Yeah, the river. Yeah.
No kidding. Well, since we have you here,
my beach.
Ash, we're going to now let's get into the pizza controversy.
Thank you.
This whole talk about pineapple on pizza generated,
Yes.
and you kind of got the whole conversation
I love
going.
it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
But boy, I was getting some dirty looks from some other employees.
Were you nobody?
I know.
Do you want to name anyone?
Oh, yes. I mean, I might as well. Des. She said in Buffalo, it almost sounded like it's a local ordinance.
Right.
You can't get a pizza with pineapple on it. It is a no.
Well, you're not in Buffalo.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, thank goodness we're here.
Well, then I thought to myself, well, I have always loved what we call Hawaiian pizza, ham and pineapple. And I thought maybe that's more of a West Coast thing, and it's not a something you imbibe in on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Or at least in Buffalo.
Yeah, maybe
which
not.
is a tough town.
Yes. I mean, well, I think so. I mean, anywhere in New York, it's probably a tough town, and they love New York style pizza.
Deep dish of it all.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think it's to the point now where it's like whatever you want to put on the pie is fine. Like, it's your pie.
Correct.
Yeah,
Haven't we advanced as a society in 2025? Put
Yes.
whatever you want on your pizza.
Yes, just
Right.
when you go to a
Hurting anyone.
restaurant and they say, sorry, you go to like a New York style pizza place and you're asking for pineapple, and if they give you a dirty look and say no, well, you walked into the place. You know what I mean? But, if you're going to order for like Domino's or Pizza Hut or something, you know what I mean?
They got a good pineapple and ham,
They
the
do.
Domino's.
Give me that pan crust, baby.
Thank you.
That's for sure. All right, Ashley, just to wrap up, things look pretty nice for us, but it's a little warm, right? 70, what did we say, 76
Yeah,
today?
we're slightly above average, around 71 degrees, but we do have the chance for temperatures cooling down in the next couple of days. Very brief with our next system that'll bring us some light snow across higher elevations, but next week we're back into the 70s, mid 70s this time.
Okay.
So I have to read a couple of these quick. I know we have to leave
Good.
here in a second, but people are saying they love pineapple. They
Thank
love
you.
they love jalapenos.
Thank you.
As well on pizza, and it's like, why not throw both of them on
Sweet
there?
and savory, best of both
yeah.
worlds.
Thank you, Ash. I think we're going to share a pie, girl.
Good.
Tickles the taste.
By the way, the info that we're going to share with you in the next couple of minutes when it comes to pineapple on pizza, at least my approach to it,
Okay.
might shock you.
Wow.
But that's coming up after another break here. Let's see where this beautiful... Look at another beautiful snowy village. See you in 2 minutes, everybody. Thanks, Ashley.
Thanks.
Well, as snowy as things have become across this great land of ours, we're getting literally dozens and dozens of cool live pictures coming in from across the USA. And that's another one there. We learned a lot from Ashley. That was really fun to have her, I think, join us for the first time here in the streaming studio.
Was that her first time?
I think so.
She did a great job.
Yeah, no kidding.
Her and Bells joins us now.
Yep.
They do the weather and whatever.
Yeah.
They do that show, and it's so amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I love it. Tuesday and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Is that right?
Right here on YouTube.
Yeah.
And what have been some of the whatever topics lately, Bella?
You know, we've honestly taken a little pause from the whatever, and it's just been weather because the last, I'd say 2 weeks now, Ashley was either evenings or mornings.
Yeah.
So I've been doing the show by myself, and we've bumped it down to 13 minutes. And as you guys talked about, there's been so much weather. I've just talked about the weather, and then the time runs out.
But can't you carve out 5 minutes for pizza controversy?
You would think so, but you know, when you're seeing that huge storm in the Northeast, and then even snow in our state, it's just the weather talk has to take priority.
I think we have collectively, we're getting hearts on the chat this morning.
Hearts?
You guys are amazing.
Hearts?
Okay,
Oh,
they don't pop up here. They
Right.
pop up on the screen.
Oh.
Say, look, I'm going to give hundreds right now, but when I let
Oh,
go,
you're the one
no,
delivering the
someone,
hearts?
someone else
Okay,
is doing
good.
it. I gave the 100s though.
That's so great.
But you know the conversations that we have here around the round table, because this is a safe space.
This sure is.
The conversations continue in the chat, and we love that. We love that you guys. There has been a few of you who've shared. I think it was David. He said you can get a Hawaiian pizza with bacon bits in New Hampshire.
All right.
Yeah, so he must be in New Hampshire. Are you in New Hampshire this morning? That's great.
Yeah.
I have to shout out Charles David. I am with him. He says, I'm going to have to work out just thinking about all the food I'm currently dreaming of.
Right.
That's how I feel right now at this round
By
table.
the way, there's a guy I follow. Being diabetic, I like to follow this particular guy on Instagram. His name is Insulin Resistant One.
Ooh.
I think he's in Canada. But he has a monitor on his arm that monitors his blood sugar, and he tries different foods to see how they actually, and then 2 hours later, which is when you're supposed to take the reading.
Yeah.
He did the most interesting test where he had chicken and rice. So you got the carb, but you also got the protein. And then he did 3 days in a row of very kind of mellow walking, what's called zone 1. I mean, you're barely moving. Zone 2, where you're at a pretty good clip. And then zone 3, where you're almost running.
Oh.
And he found that just going for an easy, gentle walk after a meal had the best results on your blood sugar.
Oh, wow.
More than like going to the gym and sweating your brain out and, you know, putting it on 15 and as much of an elevation as you can get on the treadmill. And I thought the bottom line is, if you just go for a nice gentle walk after lunch or after dinner, you're going to be doing great.
That was great info.
Well, and
really good
you
info.
walk a lot, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I love walking.
And
well,
you
slow
monitor?
down, Bella. That's the whole thing. This power walking is not necessary.
Yeah.
Have you seen those people on the Olympics, like the speed walkers?
Oh, I love
it's
them.
the most entertaining.
Sure.
It's so fun.
Every time I see that, I'm like, how did she not throw a hip out?
Right? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
It's really cool.
Just to make sure, are you also on board with the pineapple on the pizza?
Absolutely. I actually don't like pizza as much when there's not pineapple on it.
Oh,
I'm a
no matter
hardcore
what. Even if it's a
pineapple.
meat lovers, throw some pineapple on there.
Yes.
Okay.
When I go to Mod and I make my own, I get every single meat option and then I put pineapple on top.
Nice.
I just love it all.
I don't know if this will shock you guys, but I go to a grocery store occasionally, and I will pick up a spare can of pineapple. And let's say I go pick up, I'm too cheap to have the delivery, so I go pick it up at Domino's or wherever, Little Caesars, and I'll bring it home. I'll open up the lid. Not enough pineapple. Where's that can of pineapple? And I'll start throwing them on.
You know what?
That's
That's
amazing.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
If you have kids and they like cheese pizza or just pepperoni, maybe you go buy your own pineapple.
Right.
And
Put it on your slice.
Yeah, you just put it on your slice.
Oh, that is such a
Great
good idea.
Well,
What a
here's
good
what
idea,
got
Ron.
us talking. Thank you. I thought it might shock you guys, but I'm glad
No,
you
I
endorsed.
love that idea.
I just love the idea of you walking into a grocery store
Oh, Celeste. Oh, that's funny.
I don't think you've been to an IKEA yet either, right?
I have never been to the IKEA.
Their meatballs and mashed potatoes are so good.
Okay.
And the furniture is great too, but IKEA
Well, you know
food
what?
court,
And they have good towels. And
IKEA needs
candles.
IKEA needs to put their brain in gear and put a store in Mesa. 500,000 people live in Mesa that we have
They
no
should.
IKEA.
They
so I
should.
don't feel like driving all the way to Ahwatukee. But anyway,
Good point.
Here we go. Celeste, the whole reason we got on the pizza kick was because
the Syleste story of the day, which airs at 6:45 a.m. every single morning on Fox 10, we had this story about the best and funniest husband. He had this pizza order.
Okay.
This was trending on BuzzFeed, and he wrote this up on Instagram, and he showed a receipt for a pizza order and a message from the customer. So the order, listen to this, and Bells, let me get your thoughts on this. The order is for a large pie with triple pepperoni, extra cheese, banana peppers, light jalapenos, half chicken, half mushroom, half caramelized onions, half olives, and light sauce. So the note reads, Bro, yes, I know this looks insane, and you're probably like, who does this, dude? I'm the dude who has a very pregnant wife. I'm done questioning what she wants. I'm scared of her, and honestly, you should be too. I promise this is the order. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Husband of the year.
I think that's pretty amazing. Even if she has just one bite, she will forever remember that you went to pick that order up.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I feel like
That's
on
incredible.
an almost daily basis, we provide information that husbands can put to use
Thank you,
Yes.
Ron.
to improve their relationship with their other half.
And stay married.
And that pizza doesn't sound that bad. I would eat that.
No. Banana peppers, jalapenos,
I would
caramelized
totally eat that
onions.
pizza.
Okay.
Ron.
I will say this.
Maybe we should try this. We were talking about doing a taste test
Yeah,
here.
we were.
Maybe we should
so.
taste test
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
pizza.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough money in the AM show budget.
budget.
That sounds like about a $40 pizza with all those add-ons. Now, it's interesting because Amazon is in the news, and here's why. They say they are rolling out a program to get you your stuff from Amazon as fast as a pizza delivered to your house. So it's a newly launched program. They're calling it Ultra Fast Delivery. It's rolling out for customers in Seattle and Philly. But I have to say, when I was on Amazon in the last day or so, I saw one of these where you pay an extra $3.99. Right here in town. So I think if you live close to one of their big distribution centers, I think it might already be underway right here in the Valley as well. So pretty unique that they are going to roll this out, and they say it's for $3.99 if you really want something fast, or if you're non-prime, it's going to run $13.99. That's where it gets kind of expensive. But the speculation is they're now going to compete with Uber Eats and Grubhub and all the people that try to get you your stuff in 30 minutes, and they'll be able to do this for everything.
Wow.
Really interesting.
That is so incredible.
Okay, this next story, you guys, as you know, we have a couple of ASU grads here.
Oh, yes.
I went to UW, University of Washington. I was looking for pictures of the campus, and this is going to seem a little self-serving, but whatever, what the heck. All the pictures I had of campus were with Renee and me.
Oh, how sweet.
This is in that main square there. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, and
Cherry
it's when the cherry blossoms
blossoms.
were out. If you go in the month of March and maybe into April, the cherry blossoms on that campus are so beautiful. And the buildings, a lot of them go back 100 years.
Susan Library, so pretty.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when we walked through that campus, like a little Hogwarts-ish, like it's like a little Harry
Yes.
Potter-ish, the architecture is beautiful and historic and Gothic. It's very pretty.
Travel tip, if you're ever in Seattle, go to the campus of UW and ask somebody, say, where's the Susan Library? And I promise you this, when you walk into that library, you will say to yourself, they absolutely modeled Hogwarts after this building.
Yeah.
And you're standing in what looks like the real Hogwarts.
It's so cool.
It's really cool. Here's why we're talking about it, you guys. Somebody anonymously made a $50 million donation to the University of Washington to cover 50 years worth of tuition for undergrad students who are going to pursue a medical degree in lab sciences, specifically at their School of Medicine. And the person who did it wants to remain anonymous, but they say this will cover about $8,000 to $10,000 per student for the next 50 years. And if they invest the money properly, it will actually grow to 50 to 70 students to maybe 100 students in the coming years. Now, that anonymous person was not who you see on the screen. So I'll just get off of that picture for a moment. I think it might have been Bill Gates.
Wow. Well, he does live. Was it Lake Washington? Is that what his house
He lives
is?
right across the lake.
It's like his house is like in the mountain or something, right? It's like built in a hill.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Wow. Well, maybe it was him. That is really impressive. I love the fact that they want to stay anonymous.
I do too, but they gave one clue.
What was that?
The one clue, and I don't know why they threw this out there, but this is what made me think it was Bill Gates, because there's a picture of him standing in line, right? He's like one of the richest people in the world. He's standing in line for a burger at a place called Dick's Burger, which is maybe a half a mile from campus. They are good burgers, but he stood in line like everybody else, and somebody snapped that shot. So they said, the anonymous donor, one thing we can tell you, just going to give a little clue, they do love Dick's Burgers. It's got to be Bill Gates, right?
Probably. Who else has that much money?
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think it's so cool. And people who make their millions or their billions or whatever, as they start to give back, it's really cool. That's going to change a lot of lives.
I think so, too. Maybe create a lot of really good doctors and nurses. They get to do some more interesting experimental research.
Right.
It's for a very good cause.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, well, just like that, you guys, our hour is up.
Can we pop up that picture of you and your beautiful wife one more time?
All right,
please?
sure. There you go.
Because look at how beautiful.
I know.
I'm not talking about the background. I'm talking about Renee.
Thank you,
so
Celeste.
Amazing. She's so kind and so beautiful. Your family's gorgeous.
Thank you. Normally we go up during football season, but this particular pick from last year happened to be one weekend in the spring.
That's awesome.
Okay, so here we go. We got to take a break. Ty and Anita are like knocking on the door. They're ready to come in for the big 11 o'clock hour.
Yeah, and we are still contemplating pineapple on pizza and potentially ordering a large one to taste right here in studio. So more on that later today. Have a great day, everyone. See you later.
Bye.
Happy Tuesday. Time now, 11 o'clock. We're going to keep things rolling here on Fox 10 Talks. Another jam-packed show, Anita.
Are we sure it's Tuesday, not Monday, because it feels like a Monday?
Oh, it does? Why do you feel like it's a Monday?
Crazy hectic. What was the accent you were just doing?
Oh, I was doing my Midwesterner accent. But we've got quite a few stories on this Tuesday. Do you want to kill the music?
I don't even have it on.
He can't. We're just going to keep it going.
We're jamming out, everyone.
We're just jamming out on a Tuesday.
Let's talk about this big thing with TSA, because I initially heard it on my way home yesterday, for those of you who will be traveling. And my husband does not have a real ID.
What?
No, when we went to Chicago to visit my parents in October, he used his global entry card.
Okay.
Easy peasy. Wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
But then
What's stopping him from getting it?
I don't know.
John, are you watching? It's easy. Go get it.
He does usually watch, actually.
Okay. Do you think he likes you calling him out like that?
I'm just speaking the truth. There are probably people out there who don't have the real ID yet, because they're thinking, it's fine. I have a passport, which is one reason why I got him the passport card.
Well, that makes it easy, right? But I looked it up. 94%, according to TSA, 94% have the real ID. So there's only 6% of Americans that don't have a real ID.
Pay up, sucker.
I know. So that's the thing. They are going to issue a fee for folks that don't have their real ID, because if you have to go through that extra layer of security because you don't have your real ID or you don't have a passport, TSA says that they are going to charge folks $45.
Initially, they said it was going to be like
18. Yeah.
And then that was just a couple weeks ago. So 18 seems like it isn't that big of a deal.
But $45.
So you have to go online. You have to register. You have to pay. They'll send you, I don't know if they're going to send you a QR code. I know something will come in the form of an email. Then you have to take that with you to the airport and present that to the TSA agent as you're trying to get it.
So it's just like an extra layer of security. So if you don't have the real ID and you don't have your passport and you're going to start to fly, you're going to probably need to pay up that $45. So this might be a kind of a deterrent and maybe get folks to actually pay or rather get that real ID.
Here's my question, and I don't remember. I know we've been through this.
I wish people could see, because the music is, you don't have your IFBN, but the music's still blaring. But we have a team behind the scenes that are trying to figure out how to turn the music off.
Dave, where's the Dave cam?
Yeah, how do I do the Dave cam so they can see the engineers? I don't have a button for the Dave. The music's off.
Oh, the engineers did it.
Thanks, guys.
Come introduce
we
yourselves.
We were kind of just jamming.
Come
They don't want to. They do not want to be on TV.
Come show your faces.
Leave the cameras for the anchors.
Come say hi.
Well, thank you.
They don't want to say
come on
hi.
Yay, Mark.
Oh,
Yay!
Seat. Tell us what you did and how you fixed them.
We closed it and then reopened it.
Is that half of your job when we screw something up?
Yeah, have you rebooted it? Have you turned it off and turned it on? Is it plugged in? Is it turned up?
We closed
Simple
it and
stuff.
we opened it.
Yeah, just sometimes you just got to reboot it.
I'm honest. I'm an honest person.
Yeah, well, we appreciate everything you do.
That's
All right. Well, welcome, everybody. Hello.
You keep the station
Introduce
running.
yourself to
I'm Marcos, and that's Kyle.
And
Marcos, how long have you worked
Kyle,
here?
Come on, Kyle.
I've been here for a year and a half.
And
I love it.
you do love it?
And what shift do you do?
AM. He works AM.
9 to 5.
Okay.
And then Saturday I work the
Wayside.
nighttime.
Real quick, which which team, the mornings or the evening, have the most technical issues that you have to fix?
That's a good question.
Look, he's not saying anything.
Yeah.
He's a smart man.
I played the fifth.
He's a
I'm
smart
going to
man.
say morning, because overnight things kind of sit and settle and they've been used all day.
And to be honest, the morning show is a lot longer, so there's
true.
more time for things
to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, we rely on the IFB, which is what you were trying to fix now, essentially.
Our earpiece.
Our earpiece, so the producer can talk to us, the director can talk to us, we can hear the reporter, we can hear the sound, because otherwise we can't hear it. Yesterday, when we started the newscast, we didn't have anything in our ear. And it was, I'm going to say, they fixed it. They fixed it. They magically at 5 o'clock did something. They had you made a longer break and you turned it off and you turned back on and it worked. But it's really weird to try to work for us and not have anything in our ear.
Oh, yeah, of course. You got to hear what's going on.
Little Philosophy 481 says, thanks for what you do.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
You should come back and do a tech segment for us.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It should just be called,
I'm in.
Have you rebooted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you restarted?
All right.
Turn it
On
on,
that
turn it
note,
off.
I will
Okay.
leave this.
All right.
You can
Thank
come
you.
back anytime.
Come back
Bye,
anytime.
Marco.
Thanks
Bye.
for taking the music off. All right.
I miss the music.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, that was awesome. All right. Well,
Utility bills.
well, I was gonna, as we were talking about TSA.
Okay, sorry.
They tweeted, and I was gonna talk about this yesterday, but I forgot. TSA broke a record. They scanned over the holiday weekend 3,133,924 individuals, which is the highest number ever in TSA's history, bringing the top 10 busiest days of all above 3 million. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, because when we were talking about Thanksgiving travel, we said predominantly people would be taking to the roads. And a lot of us thought maybe because of the government shutdown, people didn't buy airline tickets.
Because they were worried.
They were avoiding air travel. So I wonder if it was like last minute. Finding some deals.
I know, because I was kind of confused too, because we also, the AAA even said like more people are going to be driving than flying, but still very busy out there on the airports as well.
I feel like they've really like figured it out, TSA, and it seems that the wait times are way less than they were a couple years ago.
Yeah, the lines don't seem to be as long.
They've got it down now.
They really do. Okay. All right, you mentioned it earlier, but if you live in Mesa, guess what?
Utility bills are going up. They voted yesterday.
So this is for all these city utilities, and they said on average, the household will pay about $6 more a month.
I'm wondering, folks at home, if anyone lives in Mesa, what your thoughts are on this, and then also, what utility bills are coming in for. Obviously, they're higher in the summertime because you're running that AC. We don't really run our heat. We have a
this is just for city utilities.
Yes,
so garbage pickup, water, those kinds of things.
But in addition, though, I'm saying like when you're, you know what I mean, because you're going to get that bill and $6, and then you're paying your own utilities as well. So people are just kind of looking at that and. I don't know, but $6 a month, it's got to happen.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately.
All right. What was the next story you put in here?
I don't know.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Rage bait.
Yeah.
That is the Oxford word of the year. And I actually had to Google what the definition of rage bait was.
I don't even know if you can call this a word, though. I mean, I think that they should call it a phrase. Go ahead, read it.
So rage bait is online content that is deliberately designed to provoke anger or outrage to increase engagement and traffic. So that's the word of the year.
Okay.
So use it in a sentence.
I don't know. Your story about your grocery trip really gave me rage bait. I don't know.
I don't think, that's right. That's not right.
I don't know. Let's see if we can get an example.
Okay, here's a whole article. Word of the year. What exactly does it mean?
Oh, here. Things to say to rage bait men for a quick win. Oh, we should probably not read that one.
Yeah, maybe read it in your brain first and then go out loud.
I tend to read out loud. Sorry, folks.
Oh, man. All right, hold on. Well, I can't. There's no good like sentence, but
oh wait, we're getting comments. So I live in Gilbert. We already have been hit. Bill went from $65 a month to $150 a month. That's a big difference.
That is a big difference.
That's a huge difference, folks.
All right. Do you want to move on to our guest?
Sure.
All right.
Who's from Mesa?
He is from Mesa.
Merry Mesa Christmas. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Anita. Hi, Ty.
Good morning. First of all,
he did the hot girl walk.
That's what we call we call it. Anita has coined that term when the camera's on and you walk in front of it, a hot girl walk. So, Kevin, congratulations on your first hot girl walk. Here
there's only one way to get here, so
no,
I didn't want to knock the cameras down.
No, you're right. There is no unless you crawled, which is let's be honest, we don't want to do that.
The army crawl.
The army crawl. First of all, thanks for sticking around because you were here earlier this morning.
Orpheus, yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little about the Orpheus before we get into Mary Mesa. Mary
Main Street.
Mary Main Street at Mesa.
Okay. So, the Orpheus, we have our 3 Holidays with Orpheus concerts coming up, starting this Saturday in Paradise Valley and Sunday in Sun City, and then the following Saturday in Mesa.
You guys sounded fantastic,
amazing.
By the way.
It's fun, yeah.
How many members of the Orpheus, and do you guys, is everyone just from Mesa or from all over?
They're from all over, and it's the Orpheus Male Chorus of Phoenix, but it's the whole valley. We've got guys from East Mesa all the way out to close to Wickenburg.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got about 80 singers. So we had a little less than half that were here today. We had about 30 or so.
Now, how often do you guys practice? Because I'm not kidding. You guys were it just sounded pitch perfect. It was great.
Every Tuesday night.
Oh, every Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah. Every
Wow.
7 to 9:30. In fact, the timing's perfect. Corey McCloskey is coming to our rehearsal tonight.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's going to sing with you guys
He's-
probably
he-
live. You'll be live tonight at 5?
It'll be 7 and 9 o'clock.
Oh, fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be
Ty's
cool.
a really good singer.
But
You are.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm not.
I think you should try out.
I don't know if I could. Let's talk about what's happening in Mesa, because you're here for two reasons. So we talked about the Orpheus Male Choir of Phoenix, but you're also talking about Merry Main Street.
Yep. And it's underway. Anita was out Friday to do a preview.
Mm-hmm.
We had the mayor and we had Santa there at the ice rink.
Yeah.
So we had a great tree lighting ceremony. We had a drone show that night, a brand new wrinkle to the event. And now we're off and running. We've got the ice rink open every day except Christmas Day, all the way till January 10th.
And it's only $11 to skate for an hour, and that includes your skate rental.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very
that's
reasonable.
cool. And this is basically right in downtown Mesa, right? Give us kind of, if folks are familiar with Mesa, where exactly geographically you guys are.
Okay, if you know where the Mesa Arts Center is at Main and Center Streets, the ice rink is just across the street. And then we've got all the Rudolph characters are all around. They're at the outside of the Arts Center. They're at the ice rink. They're up the street, and it's spread out. The Christmas tree is about a block and a half from the ice rink on McDonald at Pepper
The
Place.
mayor said you guys have an outdoor movie theater with a huge screen as well.
We've got the ASU Mix Center, where they do all the high-tech stuff. In fact, the drone show was done by students from there. There's a giant screen. It's actually bigger than the one at State Farm Stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, biggest one in the state. And then they show movies every Friday night.
I'm looking at the video. They just cut one shot of these folks almost falling. I thought there was gonna. I thought they're gonna. Here it is. Watch. See, there's like. They're like doo doo doo. I thought there was gonna be more video, but you get the idea. It is beautiful. See, they're just like.
That's me and you skating right there.
Yeah, that's me holding on for dear life.
Yeah, right.
This is obviously something fun to do, but it's Dave. Can you skate? No.
Me neither.
You have to have strong ankles, and I do not have strong ankles. I cannot ice skate. I think I was 23 the first time I tried it.
Oh, wow. When I was interviewing the mayor, I said, Mayor, do you want to go out on the ice? And he said, you have to know your limitations, and I know my limitations.
You know what? That is a smart mayor.
I know,
Yeah.
very, very smart. We have 30 seconds. We're going to take a break if you want to stay, but I wanted to talk about creating memories and the nostalgia and a sense of community, because this isn't just something you do, right? So we'll talk about that. We'll take a little break.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with
minutes.
much more on Fox 10 Talks. Oh, someone says, let's hear Ty sing. You don't want to hear. You don't. No.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
And we're done.
idea.
Go on.
What if you sing a little like Rudolph
No,
Red-Nosed Reindeer with Kevin? who
No,
has a
Kevin
nice
doesn't. No,
voice?
Kevin doesn't want to do it either. He says he only sings when he's getting paid, right, Kevin?
I won't do solos. We have a lot of guys who are really good at solos in the group, so I've never auditioned for solos. I just prefer to be one of the bass singers.
That's smart.
You guys
That
are
is
no
very
fun.
smart.
No fun.
No, but let's talk about this because you were talking off camera about the history behind this, and I think it's kind of got a great history. Tell us a little bit about Mary Main Street.
Yeah, the original Mary Main Street.
Mary Main Mesa.
Yeah, Mary Main Street in downtown Mesa. Yeah.
You wrote it wrong. Look, you wrote Mary Main Mesa. Didn't you do the rundown this morning? I'm sorry, Kevin. She wrote it wrong. That's why I keep calling it Mary Main Mesa.
Well, it's an abbreviation. I kind of know what you're talking about. So.
Do you want to know how many things I had to do on my to-do list?
No, you
today?
did great. I'm just throwing you under the bus.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Hold on. What is it called?
Mary Main Street.
There's no Mesa in it.
Well,
But it's in Mesa.
That's
There
what
we go.
That's what I was going for.
All right. Sorry, Kevin.
That's okay.
Give us the history.
We often. Okay.
So the original Mary Main Street started, I believe, in 1999 or 2000. And it was a weekend event in early December. And it was a lot of the merchants that had displays, and they had the big Christmas tree and all that, and they had live music. And then it was after 2005, due to budget cuts, it went away. Well, a few years later, John Giles became mayor of Mesa, and he said the one thing that a lot of residents came up and said to him was, will you bring Mary Main Street back, or when are you going to bring Mary Main Street back? And he got the idea of this is something people want.
Yeah.
And he got the idea it'd be really cool to have an ice rink where people are skating when it's 70 degrees outside, but yet it's, you know, the ice rink works. So that was his vision. We put that vision, implemented it, and in 2015 was the first year we had it. The tree, it was a little bit different location, not quite as big, and we had the ice rink and a little bit of live entertainment. So that was pretty much it the first year. And every year it's grown since then.
Well, Mesa's grown.
Yeah,
that's
it has
the
grown.
thing.
Yeah.
520,000 plus.
Yeah, and Mesa has changed so much. I mean, there's so much to do down there now. So you can go for Mary Main Street Mesa, but you can stay for Mesa.
Yeah, because you've got restaurants, you've got bars, you've got entertainment. There's a lot going on. It's, you know, a lot of people who have not been in downtown Mesa in a while are surprised. And
Yeah.
like, this is not the Mesa from 15, 20 years ago.
Give us the nitty gritty real quick, Kevin. Do people need to make reservations or buy tickets online before they show up, or can they do it when they arrive?
Well, the event, overall event is free. But if you want to ice skate, then make reservations online.
Okay.
There's a few possibilities on certain nights you might pay at the door, but,
Sure.
or pay at the rink. But anyway, do it online. $11, like you said. And this is the first time it's been $10 for 10 years, so it went up $1. So that's pretty good.
Inflation.
With inflation.
Do you want to talk about the library really quick?
Yeah.
Before you do your hot girl walk?
The Gateway Library grand opening is this Saturday morning. It's in Eastmark in Southeast Mesa. It is our first full-service library, new one, in about 30 years.
Wow.
So we now have 4 full-service libraries and an express library. So there'll be a brief program, ribbon cutting at 10, and then a lot of fun activities for families and everything. It's all free, 10 till 2 on Saturday. This library it's got an open air concept, pretty cool features to it. It's got a think spot, which you've had the other 3 main libraries, which is a maker space, and people can have fun with that. Make even holiday crafts this time of year.
Oh, cool.
There's a children's room. There's a certified autism center, so there's a sensory room for that. And there's a teen location, and it's just a lot of space, including a community meeting room. Really neat architecture.
Testament to how much Mesa is growing.
Yeah, for
It is.
sure.
Yep.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you talking about the choir and everything that's going on in Mesa.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hot girl walk, sir.
Okay. All right.
Go for it.
We'll clap you off. Yay, Kevin!
That's everyone's favorite part. That's the only reason why they want to come on Fox 10 Talks. We have 2 more hot girls coming in. Oh, here we go.
Here comes our next guest, you guys, and they have dressed the part. Hold on.
Oh
look
my
at this.
gosh.
Look at this suit.
It's the Christmas dude.
It's the Christmas dude and Mrs. Christmas dude.
Mrs. Christmas dude.
We'll get you seated
We're
here.
silly
and then
today,
we'll...
you guys.
Good.
We're silly.
I'm always silly.
Well, we
Okay.
appreciate
Teach
that.
elementary school, you have to be.
Oh.
I love
Tell
that.
people I'm the biggest kid on the block.
Here we go.
We kind of are too.
Yeah.
Introduce yourselves.
I am David Levesque, and this is my beautiful wife, Susan.
How long have you guys been married?
34 years coming in March.
Congratulations. Wow.
So she
And
puts
you-
up with me.
You do something really special for the holidays.
Yes, we do. It started 14 years ago, 15 Christmases ago, we worked, I'm a school teacher, and one of my students was one of those kids that extra grace required. And I was talking to a friend of mine who was my assistant principal. And I learned in the Navy, you always grumble up, not down. And I'm just going, this young man, and she goes, it's going to get worse. And I went, what do you mean? And it was right after Thanksgiving. He says, he's just in the group home, but he's not going anywhere for Christmas. He's just found that out. His family lives in Oklahoma. And it just kind of tore my heart out, even though he's a giant pain, and I love the kid. And I talked to my wife. I said, we've got to do something. So I called the guy who ran the group home, Ramad, and he said, yeah, we could probably work out something. And I talked to, and then I found out 3 of my other kids in the same group home weren't going anywhere for Christmas. So I talked to my wife. I talked to 2 people in my life group, and we decided I had to do something. I'm the kind of guy, once you see a problem, it's time to be solved.
Yeah.
And so we took group home, took 4 big bags, looked like Santa Claus showing up on Christmas morning to the group home, and we had a phenomenal time. Susan loves telling the story about the young man and the jacket she bought him.
Yes, I had to buy a jacket.
Nice and close, Susan.
I had to buy a jacket for him, and of course we didn't know sizes, so I saw a picture of him, and so I guessed, and I gave it to him, and I asked him, I said, now you need to try that on. And he looked at me, and so seriously, he said, well, Santa knows my size. And I went, oh, okay. But Santa wasn't sure about the size, and I'm the one that I helped him buy it. So that's why you need to try it on. He goes, oh, okay. That was so cute.
So did you guess right?
Yes, I did.
Santa got it right.
Okay.
Santa got it right.
Santa got it
I said the morning.
Yes.
But the killer on that morning was when we showed up, we were prepared for the 4 kids who were going to be there. They had 2 kids put into the group home on Christmas Eve, 2 brothers, 16 and 17 years old. And I told them, guys, I'm sorry, I've got nothing for you. But I got $80 worth of McDonald's. I'll feed you. So we decided the next year we wouldn't try to do this total individual thing. I wanted to have things in reserve. So we went with more like movie passes, things they could do with the kids over the break. Because you've got 10 kids in a group home. So we decided we would buy for all 10 kids. Movie passes, gift cards, and then additional things as came up. Sometimes one year they told me the kids really want socks. Well, I was buying socks for 300 kids.
Wow.
I bought a lot of socks.
Bought a lot of socks.
Just in case kids come and go, you're buying those extra socks.
And then so we, after the first year, they didn't want us coming back to the group home because we didn't have their security. Even though I said, I'm their teacher. I'll call it a home visit.
Yeah.
Because I'm always a workaround. And Ramad goes, yeah. So I was at Denny's on Veterans Day. I'm a veteran. And so I got talking to the manager, and I said, are you open on Christmas by chance? I need a place to bring 6 to 10 kids for breakfast. He goes, oh, yeah, plenty of space. So I took him to Denny's that year. And this same young man, he'd never been in a restaurant.
Wow.
And this is not the first one we hear this. We hear it every year. Some of these kids. And we handed him a menu, and he's, what's this?
Yeah, he holds it up and he
I
says,
said, well, you can look at it and the pictures and pick food. And he goes, can I have 50 pieces of bacon?
Oh, gosh.
I said, no, but I'll get you a Grand Slam with extra bacon. So we started just modulating from there. And then the next year I moved schools. Another group home involved. So I can't leave the first, got to add the second.
Oh, gosh.
Took him to Denny's.
All of them.
So these are photos from years past.
This young man, that's my hat. And so we just would have, and we take over the whole end of a Denny's.
Wow.
So what is the oh, my goodness.
Look
And
at that.
yeah, what's the most students that you've ever taken?
We took 400 kids one year.
Whoa.
100
Are you
yeah,
serious?
we did 100 at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. And we were running that day.
yeah.
So how do you get funds to do
Yeah,
this?
how
I
do you pay
do
for
some
this?
fundraising. We started out of our own pocket, and then one year, this is the young man right
That's
there.
the
He was the
young
first
man.
one.
Oh, wow.
When I took that hat off, he goes, Mr. Levesque, what are you doing here? Like he didn't recognize me with my
With
hat
your
on.
hat on.
And that's my cat helping. And this is when we would like do gift bags and stuff.
Yeah.
And as we've grown, we now, like I just come in with, when you have 300 gift cards.
Sure.
That's the second year because I couldn't take their pictures, so I had them all
Oh, my
waved.
gosh. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And
400 kids?
yeah. So we're
Yes.
doing 300 now. That's kind of my optimum number. We do like 730, 70 kids, 80, and 70. And we just kind of rotated through that. And I don't know if you got a picture of it. Like last year, we had them hold up the strip from Breakfast was $4,200 last year because we fed 300 kids and 80 adults.
Unbelievable.
So I have a GoFundMe that we set up a few years ago. I keep renewing each year, and I also have a PayPal under Give Me.
Tell the story about this young lady.
Yeah, tell us the story.
I'm a rabbit hole kind of guy.
Okay.
No, you're good.
If you could make it
I
back
can't go
up.
back,
I
unfortunately.
think it'll go back around, though, yeah.
That young lady came up to us in the last session last year and goes, "You're probably not going to remember me, but 5 years ago I was one of these kids."
Gosh, it just randomly happened to be. I'm getting chills.
And she came up to me and says, "You impacted my life. You made this day nice." And she started working like being a weekend helper, because they have people come in, they need somebody that'll sleep overnight, spend the weekend there.
Sure.
And she made sure when she heard that we were still doing this and with this group home, she had to be there on Christmas Day.
Wow.
Oh, how cool.
And so it just brought tears to our face.
How many of the kids come back and tell you stories like that?
We hear them every year. I've got repeats. I had one kid that I'd had for 3 years, and he was every October he'd start up, "Mr. Levesque, are we still doing Christmas?"
No.
Yes, we are.
Already they're looking forward to it.
That's how we got to this.
And that's why they call
the Christmas dude.
The Christmas
dude.
That's a monitor. I can live with being a veteran, a husband, but the Christmas dude just puts joy in my heart.
Oh, I bet.
And that happened. I'm the greeter at my church. I'm the guy standing out front. I'm quiet, shy, and bashful.
We can tell. We can tell.
I was going to say,
And
you
so I
probably do a
greet
great job
outside
at
in my
that.
church, and the group home is in that same vicinity. And they kind of rotate. It kind of depends on who the weekend person is, what church they go to. And they came in after Thanksgiving one year, and the young man goes, who's in one of my classes at the time, he didn't introduce me as Mr. Levesque. He goes, "This is the Christmas dude I was telling you about."
I love that.
And I have just embraced being the Christmas dude at Christmas for these kids. And that's how we came up with the whole name, Gift of Memories. That's the name of our nonprofit.
Okay.
We're a 501c3 registered with the IRS, a nonprofit in Arizona now. When I started doing 400 kids, I was raising over $10,000 at times.
Yes, a lot of money.
We've got about a minute left, so I want to make sure we get out that GoFundMe, and so folks can help you again this
The
year.
GoFundMe is under Gift of Memories.
Okay.
It's and Group Home Christmas, or I think this year it has the Christmas dude in the
name.
We'll make sure to put it up.
Yeah, we'll
for
put it
you.
in
I
the
can
chat
give them the
too.
links. And also, we have a Facebook. It's just Gift of Memories Inc. on Facebook. It has everything on it.
Nice.
And I also have a web page. It's giftofmemories.org. And we also have a fundraising, we're a certified charity on PayPal, so I have a charity PayPal account. Also, I do kind of do both ways.
Okay.
Some people say, "GoFundMe," and I go, "Here's my PayPal."
There you go.
And I do take, friends of mine give me cash, checks.
Gift
Put that
cards,
in there.
whatever.
Yeah. Everything I
You need all
take-
the help you can get.
The only thing people want to start giving gifts, I said, I don't want to take gifts individually because then I've got to figure out who I can.
Give it to.
Cash works beautiful. It's my mother used to say, cash is the right color and it always fits.
There you go.
Well, thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you for
And
having
Merry
us.
Christmas to both
Merry
of you.
Christmas to you too.
All right,
Thank you
much
so
more ahead,
much.
you guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Well, welcome back, everybody. It's Ron and Des. It's 11:30, and it is another beautiful day across the Valley of the Sun. I heard somebody say that 77 degrees is too warm for December. Are you on board with what side do you come down on that, Des?
I mean, coming from Buffalo, can I complain? But yeah, 76 is a little warm.
A little bit, but
a little cooler.
It was a long, hot summer, so anytime we're in the 70s, it's a pretty good day.
Exactly.
Okay, so plenty of big news to get to this morning. We continue to cover the really shocking story about what to me sounds like a couple that did everything right. People meet up by the hundreds every day to purchase something that they've already agreed to online. And there was a boyfriend, a girlfriend over there in the parking lot at the Tempe Marketplace. Showed up yesterday, and then things took a deadly turn. So what we thought we would do is bring in the public information officer, Jessica Ells, from the Tempe Police Department to find out a little bit more about it. And if you have any kind of an update for us on any, regarding the gunman himself, any additional info that we can get out to the public to help kind of solve this particular case.
Good morning. Yeah, so right now we are still actively investigating. We do have good leads that we're working. So we don't have any more of an update that we can provide just for the integrity of our investigation right now.
Okay. So this sounds like a case. I mean, what we do know thus far is that there was an online sale or transaction happening here at a very busy spot in town. So I'm sure this couple was thinking, you know what, this is a good spot. It's very public. There's people around. But what advice can you give as we head into, the holiday season and folks might be doing more of these online sale and transaction? Where is a safe place to conduct business like this?
Right. So really the best place to do business is online, right? If you can get that item shipped to you, that would really be the best. If you could, some platforms actually do allow you to have shipping. That's what we really encourage. If that is something you can't do, we would suggest, again, going into that public space, making sure it's during the day, well-lit area. If you can actually go into the business, if it's a smaller item, that would be best. But ideally, we really don't want people to meet in person and just prefer to do that shipping.
All right. So what have you been able to piece together just in terms of the facts and figures of what happened yesterday? We did fly our Skyfox overhead. Where exactly did this happen at Tempe Marketplace? About what time? And what have you learned about what actually transpired?
So this happened in the parking lot right by the Roadrunner Sport, and it happened just after 11 a.m. So again, what we can say right now is that two people met for some sort of online transaction, and at some point something went wrong, and that's when the shooting occurred. The couple, again, it was a man and his girlfriend who were there, and then the suspect did flee from the scene. So that is really that's the gist of what we pieced together. Again, we do have more information that we are working. There were security cameras. We did get a lot of evidence pieced together, and we're still actively working that.
Do you think, would it be possible, I don't know how the decision is made, maybe you could shed a little bit more light for us in terms of like a composite or a photo or a drawing of some nature? Those have become so kind of ubiquitous and frankly really good. I mean, they give a good image. Is that going to be something that might be happening?
It might. It really depends on where things are going. Again, we do have a lead. We do have some information that we are working. And again, we are still very active with this case. It has been nonstop since it has happened just over 24 hours ago at this point, and we have been working nonstop. So we are moving in the right direction. If it did get to that point where we would need to send out a photograph, we would definitely do that. But we do urge anyone who was in the Tempe Marketplace at that time, if they do have any information, to go ahead and call the Tempe Police Department.
Yeah, for sure. What about a situation, everything you've said makes such perfect sense if you can do it at a business, where there are a lot of other people around. I guess, they say try to be in a public area.
Well, it sounds like they try to do everything right. And Jessica,
right.
I just wanted to ask you, too, I know sometimes people will utilize, like, the police department for transactions like this. Is that a good idea, or is that something that law enforcement discourages?
We always encourage, if it feels safer to you to go to a police department, that's definitely okay. A lot of people will do child exchanges at police departments. So that is something that you can do. Just keep in mind, police departments are active places of business, so it really depends on the parking lot situation. One thing I do want to mention too, though, is to really look at the item that you're purchasing online. Those big ticket items, video game consoles, iPhones, Apple, products, jewelry, firearms, are really the things that people are, where crimes are happening. We're not seeing crimes like this over couches or strollers. It's really those high ticket items where we run into issues. So really look at what item you're buying, and then also, how is that sale going? Is the person really trying to get the sale done? They're not doing any negotiating, they just want to meet you. That can be cause for concern there. So just really looking at those red flags.
Okay.
There was another story, but quite a day of violence in your city yesterday. It's a few miles down the road regarding a shooting at Little Caesars that took 2 lives. What can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, so that case actually happened 2 hours before the Tempe Marketplace incident happened. That was involving a man who went and shot 2 employees at the Little Caesars as they were going to open the store. We did find out that the suspect is Benjamin Visser, and he was placed under arrest. He actually stayed on the scene after the shooting had happened. So he was immediately detained, and he has been since arrested for that crime.
And what was the connection between him and the victims here in this case? Quite startling.
Yes, we do know that he was married to the female victim, and we are unsure of the exact relationship with the other coworker.
Okay. A lot of info there on really kind of a disturbing day, but we always appreciate the chance to chat with you, so that hopefully we can get the information out there, at least in this first case, that can result in an arrest. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yes, you too. Appreciate you.
All right. The cabinet meeting for the president. These meetings, Des, I don't know if you've noticed, they run a little long.
Oh, my, have they?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the record on this one?
Yeah. So it started 2 hours ago. It's still going on. But, of course, the thing I think that people were interested in was, what would Pete Hegseth say? And so we did the work for you. We rolled on this 2 hour long meeting, and here's the kind of the crux of it right here. Let me make sure I've got it right. It was close to the very beginning.
But we'll start with Pete, and then if you want, we'll take some questions at the end. Please, Pete.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. As you said, it has been a historic year at the Department of War. Recruiting and retention over this year are at the most historic levels our country has ever seen. I had a chance to be on an aircraft carrier destroyer over Thanksgiving. The spirit in our ranks since the election under President Trump is unprecedented. I've never seen anything like it as a soldier myself in uniform, and I know a lot of you feel the same way. We've ripped out the DEI and the political correctness. It's all merit-based at the department. We're getting back to basics: accountability, training, readiness, lethality, and that's reviving that spirit. Mr. President, we're rebuilding the military, historic investments. I just took briefings on the Golden Dome and F-47, next generation capabilities that are going to make sure that for generations to come, America has the most powerful, most capable, most lethal military in the world, which you have rebuilt once and we're rebuilding again. And then we're reestablishing deterrence and credibility. If you look at what happened, we deal with every day the outcome of what happened in Afghanistan, the debacle under Joe Biden. We just dealt with it in the streets of Washington, D.C. with those 2 National Guardsmen. And then what happened on October 7th with Hamas, what happened in Ukraine, a war that never would have started under President Trump. We're having to rebuild that. So whether it's freedom of navigation and taking the fight to the Houthis, whether it's Midnight Hammer, those beautiful B-2s going 37 hours back and forth undetected, delivering with precision, and Iran not getting nuclear capabilities, Europe and NATO stepping up to 5%, locking down our southwest border. It's been an honor to work with Christy and Tom and everyone else down there to lock it to zero, operational control of our border. And then it's getting after and going after narco-terrorists and designated terrorist organizations in our own hemisphere. As I've said, and I'll say again, we've only just begun striking narco boats and putting narco terrorists at the bottom of the ocean because they've been poisoning the American people. And Joe Biden tried to approach it with kid gloves. And allowed them to come across the border, cartels take over community, 20 million people, hundreds of thousands of Americans poisoned. And President Trump said, no, we're taking the gloves off. We're taking the fight to these designated terror organizations. And it's exactly what we're doing. So we're stopping the drugs, we're striking the boats, we're defeating narco terrorists, and we're standing.
And you may say one thing, that drugs coming in through the sea by sea are down 91%. And I don't know who the 9% is.
I'm not sure either, sir.
But down 91% by sea.
We've had a bit of a pause because it's hard to find boats to strike right now. Which is the entire point, right? Deterrence has to matter, not arrest and hand over and then do it again, the rinse and repeat approach of previous administrations. This is meant to get after that approach. And I will just end by saying, as President Trump always has our back, we always have the back of our commanders who are making decisions in difficult situations, and we do in this case and all these strikes. They're making judgment calls and ensuring that they defend the American people. They've done the right things. We'll keep doing that, and we have their backs, Mr. President.
Good job. Thank you very much.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time getting on this topic, Des. I mean, it was, of course, what everybody, I think, wanted to hear directly from him. And so now we're going to roll into our poll question. Grab that QR code. Let us know what you think. We'll see if these numbers move around. What's your take on this controversy? 72% saying our military deserves a benefit of the doubt in the fight against narco-terrorists. 22% say if there were helpless survivors, it's a war crime, pure and simple. 6% seems troubling, but I'll wait for the investigation. How about on YouTube?
Well, when we look here, we have just over 1,500 votes. We're at 1,600. Our military here, 36% say deserves the benefit of the doubt. 56% say if there were helpless survivors, it's a war crime. And 8% are waiting for more information to come out in the investigation.
Coming up after the break, we will get more of your comments. Big D, Dave, is kind of filtering through them right now. That's coming up after we do the mystery cam.
Ooh, look at this wintry picture.
Gosh, almost looks like buffalo.
Wow, it could be.
Well, I'll tell you, Des, I'm liking some of these images. This is a tough one. And so you got Brandon in Wisconsin. Let's see. We have Melinda saying, I'm going Canada. What else are we seeing here? Darla's got New Hampshire. Darla gave us a shout out, by the way, Des, earlier this morning, saying, come on, everybody, don't forget to like and share so that this awesome live stream gets picked up by more and more people around the world.
Oh, I love that. Wow. You guys are the best cheerleaders.
I know. Darla, we love you.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think? You like any of those
I was
guesses?
so confused. I'm like, am I in the right feed? Why am I see that image I'm getting? But this is our chat, right? Charles just guessed Nebraska. Right? Louis Gonzalez thinking Canada. It's so funny, you guys. I'm not, for some reason, I'm online trying to track the chat, but I'm seeing a picture of a woman.
Yeah, what are you guys seeing at home
instead of
right
the
now?
mystery cam? So I don't know.
Are you seeing a lady in a red top, or are you seeing the live picture from wherever?
I don't know. Or am I paused right now? What's going on? Oh, I am.
I don't know. Oh, is that what it was? Oh, Des was paused. Whew. Okay.
My mom is blonde. If that counts for anything. All right, blonde moment. Sorry. I didn't realize that I had paused it. So I'm watching Ty and Anita now.
Oh, that was a good show today. You might. Okay, you could be the first host on the streaming show to do your own show while watching
a show.
the previous show.
I carry my laptop over along with like 50 other things in my hands.
Right.
I must have hit pause. Okay, so good. So your guesses are accurate. I was like, wait, I am seeing guesses. Darla, New Hampshire, you said that one, right?
Yeah.
B. Miguel, Wisconsin. Louis, Canada. I don't know. I mean, I know it's not Buffalo, but I'll just say Buffalo. Just 'cause
Okay.
it's home.
All right. You're going to New York. It looks like, let's see, where else is it really coming down? I'm going to say New Hampshire.
Okay.
Okay. So we got a New York and a New Hampshire. And ladies and gentlemen, here is Des.
Buddha sheep, scrub to live. I got it. A little slow today. Okay, it's Tuesday. It is White River Junction, Vermont.
Oh,
did anyone guess Vermont or the Northeast?
We were right in between it. What is between New York and New Hampshire? Vermont.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back one more look. I don't know if that's a school building. Kind of looks like it there. So, yeah, kind of tough getting around today on a Tuesday in Vermont.
Bet. You can't even see the roads. I guess that does look like that's a parking lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, not too
even
many
plowed.
people out and about. But is it like that in Buffalo when you get a big snow? I have always had the impression that after a snowstorm, they get those roads plowed in a few hours and people are around moving around.
Oh, gosh, yes.
We'll see.
You kidding?
Okay.
And the road doesn't have to be plowed. We're still going out.
There, that's the difference.
You can be the first to make those tire tracks. That's all right.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about more on what Dave has to say here. It's more like what you have to say to Dave. He's looking through comments on our, let's just see, the poll question. No, it really hasn't moved around too much. Dave, what are you seeing, buddy?
A lot of really good comments, as always. We appreciate it. Melanie Curiel in Phoenix says the U.S. is not at war, therefore war crimes are not applicable. The U.S. is eliminating narco-terrorism. Becky Holmler disagrees, saying we are not in a war, it is murder. Steve Keller, 7696, says Venezuela is not a source of drugs. Fishermen are not terrorists. It's all lies. Venezuela is a source of oil. And then Ken Y6F M8C reminds us all that we in the world should strive to have peace. Keep the comments up, guys. We love hearing from you.
Okay. Thank you, Dave. Now, a story that I think we were both really fascinated by. I mean, the big headline is certainly a sad one, where there was a deadly crash way out in the far west valley, kind of the northwest valley, but it was the crash detection system that people need to know about. That was a big part of this story as well. Here's a little bit of the setup. So, police are reminding it's a feature that can help save lives. Yesterday morning, it was one of our big stories way out at 211th Avenue in the Sun Valley Parkway. That puts it on the other side of the White Tank Mountains. Officers got the alert after this vehicle went off the road and I believe rolled and the driver was ejected. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that part, sad indeed, but if there'd really been a chance or any hope, the technology at least did its part.
We have had successful outcomes where, yes, somebody was in an accident and they couldn't call us, but we heard the open line and we were able to respond. It's a bumper. It's a safety cushion for the owner, and it helps us do our jobs better.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, they say it's on the iPhone models 14, 15, 16, and 17, and it's also on Apple Watches.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just a useful tool. Obviously, in this crash, the driver was not wearing a seatbelt. So that's one thing we can take from this, right? Always buckle up. And it's unfortunate that the outcome here wasn't positive, but to know that this technology exists, I know we laugh and joke sometimes about, our
phones are listening
and spying to us.
Yeah.
But I really think this is a really great use of technology. So I wondered, is it automatically on our phones?
From what
or do
I've
you have
been
to go
able
into settings and adjust?
What I've been able to determine is it's automatically on the watch, on the Apple Watch. But I don't know for sure if it's automatically on your phone. It's nice if that would be a feature that's automatically on, but I think if we just research it for a couple of minutes, we can find out.
I'll take a look while we're...
Okay, Des is going to find out about that. And, I mean, technology, they keep saying AI is going to improve our way of life, and I still wonder about that. But they're saying, it could help us with medical discoveries and new medicine and things. So I'm certainly keeping an open mind.
The
what?
In this case,
yeah,
maybe.
Right.
And even like the crime detection software that I'm sure Tempe Police are probably using to try to find the suspect.
Sure.
I know we talk facial recognition and, are they tracking our every move? But in a case like this, you'd want it to.
Right. So what do you see? Did you see anything about it?
Yeah, I tried to look. So a quick Google search, turn on alerts on an iPhone, go to settings, notifications, scroll to the bottom
turn
to
on
find
alerts.
And adjust the government alerts setting.
Oh, so you go to settings and
notifications.
Alerts. Oh, settings, notifications.
Let's do it now.
I'm just going to check it out, right?
And I always when I go to search, in my settings, I type it in the top bar.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm going to type in notifications.
Okay, down to notifications, right, which is about halfway down on that page.
Click on that, and then it says scroll to the bottom to find
the very bottom.
And adjust the government alerts setting.
Emergency alerts and public safety alerts.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, look, mine are on.
Okay, that's great.
I have amber alerts turned on, emergency alerts, public safety alerts, and then there's a last one. It says test alerts.
Gee whiz.
That one I have off.
Okay. All right, so now that was
go.
super simple.
Yeah.
Super
So settings, notifications, all the way down, and it's at the bottom.
All right, so at what age should your youngster have a smartphone?
Never.
Now, spoken like a mom. Our oldest grandson is 11. And he got a phone about a year ago, but he can only ask his parents' permission to use it. And rarely do they say yes, but it's mostly so he can do fantasy football. And
the important things.
And then he's got to put it away.
Yeah.
But this study, Des, I thought this was fascinating, right? We talked about it earlier this morning in our health segment at 5:55 a.m.
So there was a new study that looked at, what age should we allow our children to have a smartphone? So apparently this new study says that using the device or giving that device to children under 12 has significant impacts. The research found that owning a smartphone during early adolescence is linked to increased risk of mental health, right? Is that surprising? No. Especially given, with social media, things that our kids are seeing, and linked to obesity. I get, that makes sense too. It keeps you stationary, right? It kind of draws you in. It's also associated with a higher likelihood of depression and insufficient sleep.
I guess you could try to go for a walk and be on your phone at the same time, but that sounds dangerous.
I don't know. You walk into a light pole, you might think twice.
On Sunday, I was walking out of church, and what was I? I think I was checking my fantasy football, and I just about smashed right into a guy who was walking in when I was walking out. So you do have to be we don't recommend
and phones,
walking and being on your phone.
Right. Smartphones are entirely different than probably your first cell phone, right, Ron? Like, different than like a flip phone.
Oh, the flip phones, the Motorola flip phones from like 25 years ago.
Right. It's more than just being able to make a phone call. So proceed with caution.
Hey, Des, you did such a good job today out at the Wildlife World Zoo. I had a feeling everybody would love to see your report. Here we go.
Good morning. Look at this, you guys. Beautiful green leaves for breakfast for the kangaroos. And we are here, Christy, with a mom and her daughter. This is such a beautiful experience.
I know. This is so fun. So we're standing inside our kangaroo walkabout. And this is an area, it's so fun. I'm always saying that. This is an area that's sometimes missed by our guests. We're so big now. We're over 100 developed acres. Some people say it takes 2 full days to see everything. So
I would agree.
You want to make sure you get here early. But what's great about the kangaroo walkabout is our guests can actually come and walk this whole walkabout on this pathway, and they're surrounded by these red kangaroos, which are the largest marsupials in the world. They get massive. We also just got a brand new male. His name is Clark. He's right here. Look how big he is.
And he's got a great breakfast too. Some spinach, some veggies. And these girls can get to be how big?
So Clark here can actually, the males can get up to 6 feet tall.
Wow.
Think about that. Like if you have a 6-foot red kangaroo standing next to you, they would tower. Yeah, they tower over you. They're massive.
Wow.
The females are considerably smaller, but you can tell the difference by looking at them because the males have that reddish color to their fur, where the females have more of the bluish gray, except for some of our youngsters. The youngsters sometimes are a little more red when they're young, and then the females will develop more of that bluish gray coat.
Okay, and there's quite a few here, and we even have a baby that was over nursing in one of the corners this morning. Just beautiful to get to witness that in person. And then you were telling me they're fascinating creatures.
They really
because of their reproductive capabilities. Talk about how that's so unique to them.
Okay, so the baby joeys are born after a 30-day gestation period. So think about that. After 30 days, that joey is going to be very underdeveloped. So the joey is born, the mother licks a little trail up into her pouch, and the joey follows the scent, crawls into the pouch, and the pouch is where that joey is going to do the majority of its developing. But what's even more fascinating about these kangaroos is they can have a joey in all 3 stages of life. They can experience delayed implantation. So if there's a joey inside their pouch, that embryo is going to delay until the joey's outside the pouch.
So we can have one outside, inside nursing, and the mom be pregnant at the same time.
Crazy?
Wow.
She can produce 2 different milks.
And I thought I was an impressive working mom, but forget that. They got me beat.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Every 30 days you can have one out in pregnant. Oh, that
sounds
mama.
like trouble.
But they're doing red and blue at the zoo on Saturday.
Okay.
So it's for first responders.
Yep.
They get to come out to the zoo. The first 1,000 get free entry along with 3 of their family members.
Oh, that's so
Saturday.
great.
Yeah.
Wildlife World Zoo. Bye for today, guys. See you tomorrow.